Hi, so this is 3 in the series about morality, and this one's actually more about the selfish gene, if you like, not as in the Richard Dawkins book, but selfishness and the origins of where selfishness lies. So when I was in the corporate game before I became an entrepreneur, I was a manager in financial services, and on one particular occasion the section was split into 2, correspondence team and telephone team. The correspondence team understandably could operate within a 9-to-5 environment, but the telephone team had to be quite significantly extended to allow for people ringing out of hours, and every now and again the people could change which team they were on. So the idea was that people on the telephone team didn't like so much that they were the only ones covering for these unsociable hours, and because they interchange anyway, we decided, or I suggested, that we should therefore allow people to share that burden, so to speak. But no, the correspondence team said, we are the correspondence team, and that's part of the luxury of being on the correspondence team, the perks. So this was obviously unfair because some of these people on the telephone team had families and whatever. So what I actually ended up doing, it got so heated, is I said, okay, what we need to do now then is switch the teams over. So the correspondence team directly becomes the phone team and all of them have to cover. Of course, they absolutely hated this and they protested, which you'd expect. But it was obviously done on purpose to show them empathy, because without physically putting them in that position, they were perfectly happy to watch the others suffering while they just, had the more relaxed part of the deal. But by actually forcing them into a situation where they felt it, then it made them change their mind. So this was to do with my experience in that corporate field and to learn about the selfish nature of people, really, not being very teamwork orientated. But the other thing was, I've always been almost like a union representative type person. So when people have problems, whether it's to do with companies that have let them down, but even the organisation that I worked for, when they had benefits that they were supposed to give that they didn't, then I gave advice and help correspondence and whatever, which I'm allowed to do quite clearly. It's not actually giving a brokerage advice as a lawyer or whatever, it's just a layman's input in terms of improving the skill of the approach and therefore increasing the chances of getting the right result. But word spread that this was in my nature and what I did. And I left and went around the world for 12 months, some time after. And there was an opportunity arose a more senior opportunity arose at that organisation, which I was interviewed for. And I heard through the grapevine that I didn't receive it. I didn't really particularly want the post, so it wasn't like I was crying over what happened, but either way, I found out that the reason that I wasn't given that opportunity was because word had got round that I was quite a contentious character and that I defended people which were potentially against the employer's own bank and the employer's own vision and whatever, which is grossly unfair because all I was doing was giving a helping hand to help them write better letters or make a better case. So for me, it highlighted the nature of people where it's not kind of their business. You just go for the interview for the decent, if you've got the right background, the right curriculum vitae, and you're one of the best people for the job, that should be it. But for people to stick their nose in and be dark energy and try and block people's potential success, just don't do it. It's just like, why? Why are humans sometimes so selfish that they have their own issues that reflects outwards where they want people to fail, when why not want the best for everyone? It's quite horrible. That's it.